Hey everybody, Jen Halterman here again. It's been a little while. How y'all doing? Did you have a good weekend? Welcome. And if you want to stay connected and know when I'm going live, you can actually click on this video link and it has a subscribe thing so that whenever I go live with a video, you'll be able to follow it and get a notification so you can watch it live and comment while it's live, or you can do what you're doing. So many of you guys are watching them after the fact, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much. Some of you have asked, where do I find out more? What's going on? You know, my friend sent me this, and here's what I have to say. You can, on Facebook, hey, thanks for the hearts. You can click, just so you know, all those little hearts and thumbs up and laughing and crying and all angry even. You can send those and I see them live. So thank you so much for that, Lori. And but you can go to Jen Halterman Now on Facebook, and that's my professional page. And then, hey, Charlene, look at this. But also, jenhalterman.me is my website, and you'll find some more information there. So, it's really good to be here. I am in the backyard. We woke up, it's like 68 degrees here. Can you imagine? So I'm having a little late coffee on the deck in my Reba McEntire mug that I got from Cracker Barrel with Miss Lori and Charlene in Colorado. I couldn't help myself. So let's talk about this barriers first of all. Let me give you just a really brief thing. This is something that in the breaking up, coffee with Jen, right? Surprise. And look, it's a Monday and you guys are joining me. Barriers is something, just a word I use. It is something that actually Blossom Benedict did the very first video I'd ever seen about barriers. Blossom Benedict did. And it is something that is referred to through different modalities, but I wanted to talk about it because in my Breaking Up with Judgment group that started because of these live stream videos, hey, Kristen, welcome. It has become a big topic. And so I just thought, why am I just sharing this in the group? I want to share it with y'all. So barriers. To me, it's an energetic shield. Sorry, dog's excited, neighbors out. Energetic shield. And they're different than boundaries. I'm not going to get into it a lot, but it's that energetic shield that we use. Hi. And so what happens with a lot of us is we put up this facade of barriers. Yeah. We put up the facade of barriers, and the barriers are usually invisible, we think. People can perceive them. Their awareness will definitely let them know that they're there, but a lot of people don't even have any clue that what barriers are because it's all energetic. Now, barriers have a big impact on us, and these are not boundaries. They're very different. Okay, barriers are the shield that we use. Did you see that leaf fly through? That was awesome. The shield that we use to create separation between each other, between me and you, me and whatever. So for example, literally before I come on to these videos, I do barriers down. And it is as simple as saying barriers down. And I just imagine it like an automatic window in your car. Bzzz, just down, 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 down. Okay? So that you can have an experience of it, I am going to do barriers up. Okay. Barriers up. Okay, so I don't know what you're perceiving, but my hands started sweating and I started gripping my little selfie stick that's holding my phone really tight. And it created pain actually in my arm. Yeah. Whew. So what did you, hi Jenny, thanks for joining. So notice, what did you notice? Whew, barriers down. That is, for me, it's very uncomfortable, but I practice this. So just think about it. You can do this in the mirror with yourself. It's actually really creepy to me. I have a persona that's kind of a superior, superior ego. And whenever barriers go up, I feel like she's coming in. And it's just gross. So, hey, Alicia. And so when you think about that, okay, again, practice this with yourself. Practice whoever you're sitting with. Just practice it in your own body. Feel that. Just say, barriers up. Notice how it feels. Notice physical, hey, Shannon. Notice physical change in your body when you say barriers up. This is all energetic. This is not anything. You don't have to think it. You don't have to try. This is instantaneous. Okay? Barriers up. Now, barriers down. Barriers down. And if you're not used to barriers down, if you've been shielding, oh, thank you. Thank you, Jenny. I feel yummy. If you've been living with barriers up, it can be a little rusty. So maybe you don't have automatic windows installed. So maybe you've got the old crank style. Like I had a 68 Dodge Dart in high school, and she had the old crank style windows. And after like winter, man, cranking those barriers down was like, come on, down. And you'd have to kind of hold the window and kind of jiggle it a little bit. Like, come on, you can do it, Dorothy. That was my car's name. Dorothy, come on, barriers down. And then do you have that moment of, oh crap, am I going to get the barriers back up? Right? You freak out. Oh my gosh, now the window's down. Is it ever going to go up? Like those windows on a vehicle are such the perfect metaphor for barriers down and barriers up. Okay. Why would I talk about all this, and what does it have to do with butterflies? Let me tell you. When we have our barriers up, we are literally double dog daring every judgment in the world to come and attack us. Why? Because we're holding up a shield for it. No, I talk about something profound and I lose connection. How does it get any better than that? Let's stay connected here. So just think about this. This is the thing about the butterflies. Here in Texas, we right now are blessed with butterfly migration. That means, and I don't know, they're not in the backyard today. It's really funny. I came out and do this video yesterday. There were butterflies everywhere. They'd been flying into my face right now, but today they're not. So there's butterflies everywhere. That means if you're walking through a parking lot in the grocery store, butterflies everywhere. Highway, butterflies, yards, butterflies. They're everywhere. They are not monarchs. Gosh, somebody from Texas will know. Everybody talks about them. Somebody posted on my link what their name was. I don't remember right now. So these butterflies are everywhere, and they're actually pretty teeny. They're pretty small and delicate. So your barriers are like a windshield to the butterflies, people. Okay? If I'm walking through my yard and there's some butterflies. Hi, thanks for coming. If I'm walking through my yard and the butterflies come and flutter, 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 I may be startled, but I can be aware that they're not a threat. They may tickle me. They may actually be kind of like a kiss. They can be gentle. They might startle me, but I actually have the awareness that I move out of their way because I personally don't want to do them harm. Now, when I'm in my car, even if I am creeping through a parking lot and that barrier of my windshield meets a butterfly, there's nothing gentle about it. Even if once it makes contact, even at 5 miles an hour, that butterfly sticks. Sometimes when I stop, it will be able to release itself, its little stickiness, and fly away, but most of the time not. Now, if I'm going down the highway with that shield or that barrier up of my windshield, they don't have any choice but to impact my world. I should go get a video right now of my windshield. It's horrible. Poor Charlie, our car, is like, can we please, release all these butterfly guts? But think about that with judgment. If your barriers are like the windshield, even a butterfly that means you no harm comes in contact with you, and it is a splat that requires that you address it later, scrape it off, remove it, and release it. Yeah. We're talking about butterflies, y'all. We're talking, oh, there's one right now. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nope, it's going to fly away. I was asking it for a second if it wanted to be on video, but it said no. Hey, Christy, welcome. So as you just think about that, these barriers, these energetic barriers, barriers up, barriers down, we may think they're invisible, but they're actually the force that judgment will splat against. The barrier is what makes the impact of judgment stick. It's not the judgment. It's the barrier that makes it stick. Just consider that. Consider everything I said on this video and just consider that for a minute. If I have no barrier and a butterfly or even a bee or a dragonfly or whatever comes at me through the yard, I may move away from it. I may choose not to engage with it, but it doesn't impact me. I'm at choice. But if I'm the windshield and I make contact with everything that comes my way, I have cleanup to do from every single impact. And it has nothing to do with whatever it is. It has to do with the fact that I've got my barriers up. So when we are willing to have our barriers down, we stop taking everything personally. Changes everything. It changes everything. Somebody can say something that normally would be like, oh, that was totally directed at me. Why? Because I've got the guts of the judgment all over my windshield. I know it. Look, it's on my windshield. It was totally about me. Or somebody has a judgment and you just kind of like a butterfly flying past you. Don't even notice 99% of them. That's the difference. Yes, Oliver says, woo! So that's why I didn't want to keep this in the group. I didn't want to keep this in the Breaking Up with Judgment group. And that group, holy crap, that breakup is going really well for a lot of people. Hey, Dolores, welcome. But I wanted to share that here because whether you're in the group, whether whatever it is, to me, it felt relatable. It felt like you don't have to take a class to understand, butterflies and windshields. And based on the responses, when I did the example of barriers up and barriers down, you felt it. And I've never had anybody do barriers up, barriers down for themselves that said, oh, I didn't feel any difference. No, everybody feels it. So for those of you who joined late, what the invitation is to be aware that you have energetic barriers that are not seen by the outside world, but they are absolutely have an impact on your life. They affect your aliveness. They affect how you interact with the world because you can't have a barrier up and think you're only going to keep out the negative that you judge as wrong. You are also keeping out everything that you want and desire in your life. That's how it happens, people. That's the gift of the whole thing. So as you're considering this, okay, if it's a match for you, if you're like, oh my gosh, this does make sense, this does change things, share it. Share this video or tell somebody about it and be like, hey, I have this thing I'm practicing. Would you be willing just to sit here and look at me, just watch and tell me what you experience? In the group, we did a Zoom call and I did barriers up. I actually invited everybody to judge me. That's really fun. When you're in a group about breaking up with judgment, I actually invited everybody to think of things they could judge about me. And then I put my barriers up, had them think about it for, oh my gosh, it was only like 15 seconds. But my life is metamorphosis, a psycho butterfly. Oh, well, you'll like this video then, especially. There's some message in there. I like it. But I did the barriers up and I had everybody judge me for however long. And then I did barriers down and told them judge me same. And the responses were pretty drastic. one in particular really touched my heart. And that is that when I put my barriers up, she immediately felt sad. Another felt she couldn't she couldn't reach me. She couldn't even connect with me. Another comment was that when my barriers went down, my barriers, okay, so now just think about this. When my barriers went down, this participant, felt relief. She felt relief because my barriers were down. Whew, that's pretty big. So if you can just consider, just watch this video a few times. If you have questions, send me a private message. I'd be happy to answer more about this if you're confused or if you want to know more. If you've got somebody in your life, especially a kid, a child, whether it's yours or, whether you're a teacher or have influence over people in your life, if you know that whenever somebody's around you, they are noticeably feeling uncomfortable, hey, K-Ro, if they are noticeably feeling uncomfortable, this is something you can do. Just simply take a deep breath. You don't have to say a word out loud. Just in your mind think, barriers down. And then greet them. Barriers down and notice if something changes. These energetic barriers, we don't even have to know that they're there. We don't have to label them or judge them or anything. Just having them be there creates separation, you guys. So if you imagine and I talked about a lot, go back and watch the beginning. I talk about butterflies in the windshield. If you can just imagine, thank you for the hearts and the smiles and the laughs. If you can just imagine, you walk into a space and you notice somebody's judging you and you're feeling the harshness of the judgment. And then you have the audacity, I'm just saying, this is an audacious move here. When somebody is judging you, barriers down, baby. Barriers down. It doesn't mean you take it all personally, but it means you lower the windshield and watch those judgments float right on by. Why? Because there's nothing to make impact with. There's no contact. There's no assault. There's no harshness. There's no splat of the guts of the judgment all over your beautiful face. Yeah, so cowgirl. So that's the gift. That is why I would even bring this to a public video, because really there's so much more I teach about this when I do it privately. But I wanted to share this with you because it's so simple. You don't even have to know how it works. You don't have to believe it, and neither do they. They don't have to believe in it. They don't have to believe barriers are even real. But it'll change the energetic connection between you. So notice it. Notice it also when you have judgments for others. This is kind of the flip side of that coin. That's the same thing. But when you're experiencing that you're judging somebody else, lower your barriers. Lower your barriers. Barriers down. It'll change everything. This works beautifully for yourself too. When you look in the mirror, thank you for this reminder. You're so welcome, Julie. It does. I kind of hinted about do this with yourself. So when your kid feels anxious, yes, absolutely, K-Ro. Yes, hi, Rachel. Hi, Marnay. Yes, do this in the mirror, you guys. If you are doing any kind of visibility process, because I know a lot of you guys do these visibility challenges and you're practicing for your business, just so you know, if you are doing any kind of visibility or any kind of self-judgment, you get in, like I said at the beginning of this, I go on these videos and I do barriers down. I do. And if I get a troll and my barriers want to come up no, I'm always like, no, barriers down. No. We're not going to be the windshield to that beautiful butterfly that just doesn't know it's a butterfly. We are not going to receive the splat. So look in the mirror, barriers down. What is different? What do you perceive? When you're having even a fight, when you're in disharmony with your beloved, barriers down, see what changes. It changes everything. When you are judging others, barriers down. Because when you're judging others, it's so totally, it's a projection. It's all a lie. It's just, you playing a game. It works. I used it Friday and it made a huge difference. Yay, Lori. Yeah, poor damn butterfly. I know. Um, yeah, it does work. And like I said, nobody has to believe in this. So yeah, butter lies. I like it. They are lies. So be a walking invitation for communion. Be a walking invitation by keeping your barriers down. That's something to practice. Really. And if this does serve, if this is something that you loved, ding, ding, ding. Do you hear the chime? I have headphones on, but I hope it comes through. Ding, ding, ding. Share this video. Teach this. Yeah. Thank you. Amaze balls, thank you. It's a little Vogue windblown. Thank you, Cairo. Thank you. Yes, be the invitation. Share this. You'll be surprised. Did you all hear that? A bird literally like flew over my head so close it was like, da, 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 da. How happy is that? Be the invitation. Don't be the windshield. Be the invitation. Yeah. Barriers down, y'all. How's it get any more fun than that? And it's so simple. You don't have to say it out loud. There's no like right or wrong anything. Just roll the window down like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for seeing me. Sound of the chime. Isn't it beautiful? Is it actually a wedding gift? And it sounds to me like a church chime, like a church bell. There's a difference to it. I love it too. Thank you so much, Kristen. Barrel racing. Remind you of barrel racing. Tell me what the barrel racing. Yeah. So I don't know what that relates to, but I bet it does. I'd love to know more. So don't be the windshield going around and splatting all the beautiful butterflies in your world. Barriers down. Oh, barriers down sounds like barrel racing. I like it. Just remember, it's as simple as an automatic window. Down, up, down, up. You see a difference? Barriers down. Whew. Barriers up. Cowgirl speak. Cowboy up. Yeah. It's just that simple. And sometimes you do have a window that's a little stuck, kind of like my Dodge Dart in high school with the old crank. And you have to kind of hold it and jiggle it and crank it at the same time and convince it to go down. Sometimes we are kind of addicted to our barriers. Yeah, that's why there's people like me in the world. Send me a message if you're addicted to your barriers. It's called the Breaking Up with Judgment group. So that's what I have to say, you guys. I hope this invitation really, just practice it, try it, or not. You can love it or hate it. It doesn't matter. Guess what? It actually doesn't have any judgment whether you use it or not. But since it does wonders for me, wonders in my life, and had a huge impact on my group that, by the way, is going amazing. And if you still want to break up with judgment, let me know. Yeah, grease those barriers, get them down. Wow, I just couldn't not share it. Like this changes lives. This stimulates aliveness. This creates communion. And it's such a simple tool that like I said, I couldn't help but come out and share it and just be with you all. Oh my gosh, like what a beautiful setting, right? Look at the green of the trees, my painting in the background. I've got the animals around me, the chimes going on. I'm feeling the connection with my business, barriers down with my business. Yeah. Bless your heart, Jenny. Okay, Ro, thank you so much. My Jenny heart receives that blessing. I love Texans. Yeah, I really wanted to invite you. Share this. This is so simple. Like, breaking up with judgment is taking a little bit of wow and making huge changes. And this tool, literally, I don't know how long this video is that I just shared with you. Free of charge, but you're welcome. Send me money anytime. I'll receive it. This tool that I just shared with you, because I love this tool and I don't want to be selfish with it and I want the whole world to practice it, stimulates aliveness instantly. Instantly. And that is worth sharing. Yeah. So, welcome to my aliveness. And I hope that your aliveness will blossom, grow, show up, commune, and that we'll co-create whatever happens. Yeah, you can be my neighbor one day, honey. Tell King George we're coming. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so barriers down, you guys. We don't need the barriers. And they're very different than boundaries. But I'm not getting into that on this video. Thank you so much again, Jen Halterman now on Facebook. JenHalterman.me is my website, and it's getting a total makeover because my business, barriers down with my business, everything's changing. Let me know if you want to play. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here, and all the hearts and all the smiles and the laughter and the comments and the butterflies. The butterflies. Thanks to all you butterflies out there for not giving up. I know it's not easy, but thank you. Barriers down, y'all. Have a good day. Mwah.